Here's how you can get your first 1,000 email subscribers quickly so you can build an internet business that you can be proud of and get the lifestyle that you deserve. So let's not waste any time and dive straight into it because we've got a lot to get through today. You see, there are 3 parts to this tutorial. So part 1, we're going to learn how to make a killer offer. So this is going to be an offer that your audience cannot refuse. It's very easy. Step 2, we're going to build it step by step. So we're going to build this thing in real time so you can follow along. And by the end of this tutorial, you are going to have your own amazing offer that you can just give to people as an ethical bribe to get them to subscribe. Then in part 3, it's all about getting traffic. It's about putting that amazing offer in front of the right people so they subscribe. So a lot to get through today. Okay, are you ready to start? Let's dive into part 1. Awful truth, nobody wants your emails. And I know it's harsh to hear. Fact is, people only want results. They want what you can give them. So they don't want to obtain a lead magnet or a free gift. They want the results that can give them. And that's their only concern. And once you know that, then you will be able to communicate with them in a more effective way that helps both of you so you both get what you want. Because real email addresses are now like currency. There's a value to having real email addresses because you've probably done this yourself, right? You've seen what looks like an attractive offer. You've put in some kind of fake random email address almost, and then just to get to the other side of it, just to get to that download. So you have to create an offer that is worthy of their real email address. And this is not the time to be generic. I'll talk more about that later on. So your offer must be specific. And we do that so it qualifies the subscribers. So if you create a very specific result, so we're not being vague about things, we're not being general. So if we have a look at some of my lead magnets, I will always promote some lead magnet that shows people how one of my students made X amount or got X number of subscribers in X days. So you want to be very specific. We're going to talk about this in a little bit more detail later. You also have to have clear benefits. So you have to know what the transformation is. So not just what they want and why they want it, but what they get from that, the long-term results, the impact, the lasting impact. And a good way to do this is to offer a quick win. So think about the struggle that your audience might be facing. Help them solve one of those problems just really quickly. So these lead magnets, they want to be short, easy to consume, easy to digest, quick to implement. So you want to give results fast. It's all about giving those results. And remember that quality is better than quantity, even if that quality is literally just asking the right question. That can do more for someone, just asking them the right question, than giving them pages and pages and pages of content to go through. Because what you want to do is trigger this aha moment where something clicks, they get it. For the first time, something makes sense. You want to give them that experience. And don't be generic. Don't grab PLR stuff if you can help it. Don't offer the same thing that everyone else is offering. This is a good way to blend in with all the noise in your marketplace. You want to have something unique that is certainly positioned and branded as something very different to anything they've seen before. So how do you find your benefit? Well, there's a very simple formula. I just want you to fill in the blanks. Okay, so there's really 2 things to ask yourself here. So complete this sentence. This will help you to blank. So you can blank. Fill in both of those blanks and then you've got the benefit. That's the big benefit, and that could be your headline. What type of things can you offer? Well, we know that it can be ebooks, it can be courses, tutorials. But what I want you to focus on right now are things that you can do today, right now, today. So can you offer a special discount? Can you create a cheat sheet? Can you create a workbook that they need to fill in? Can you compile a list of resources? And when I say forget about creating courses and these long ebooks, I absolutely mean it. You know, all that stuff is really good when you've got some experience under your belt. So for the moment, if this stuff is brand new to you and you're just trying to get your first 1,000 email subscribers, forget about doing courses and ebooks and all that stuff. Just focus on the things that you can absolutely do today. So the 3 things that your offer absolutely needs, well, the first one is your value proposition. Your value proposition is what they get, so what it is, and why they should want it. So once you know both of those 2 things, and you clearly communicate that, that's your value proposition. Secondly, you need to clearly present the benefits, the specific benefits, actually what they get, what the real transformation is, and how it will really improve their lives. And then the final thing that you need is a strong call to action. So this is where you tell them how they can get it. Basically, you tell them what to do. So enter your details below is a strong call to action. Or if you're really not good with the copy side of things, or you have results that you can show, just take a picture of the end result. Maybe put a bit of copy on there explaining what it is, but you will see in a lot of what I do, I just use a screenshot. I just take a picture of the end result that someone can get if they implement whatever I'm teaching. And then I let that speak for itself. Because what's that phrase? A picture is worth 1,000 words. So I think that's a really fast way to just convey what it is they get. You'll often see that people have these really nice professionally made images, these mock-ups of an ebook. And while that is great, I think that is a very powerful tactic when used right. It is nothing compared to just showing the results that someone can get. Because they're not interested in the ebook. You know, ebooks, you know, they're 10 a penny. Everyone has their own ebook now. It is kind of meaningless, but if you can show the results, just show the results. Now, let's go ahead and have a look at some examples. So what I'm going to do now is cut to the computer, walk you through some examples and explain why they work so well. Okay, so the first example that I've got for you is from Taylor Stitch. So let me just refresh the page because it happens really quick. So we'll click refresh. So you land on the page like this. What happens is that we get this, not even a pop-up, it just takes over the entire screen and it asks you to join the email list in exchange for 20% off. So you get a discount on your first purchase. And they've made it a little bit tricky to escape this. Now, I always say that obnoxious pop-ups and offers work best. So this is pretty obnoxious, but it probably works really well. So over here we can click there to escape. But that's not all. We have this other pop-up at the bottom and it really dominates. So you can see that they're trying to just drive you in to their email list and they keep offering this 20% off. And then up here you have 20% off your first purchase. So if we click on that, there it brings back this takeover pop-up thingy. It's beyond a light box. So if we click go, and all through the site you're going to see this pop-up reoccurring. And then down here in the footer, again, they want your email address. So in this example, this is Taylor Stitch. They are really trying to get you to sign up to the email list. And that shows you the absolute power of email marketing. So that's the first example for you. The second example I've got for you is a little bit more based in the information niche. So this is Aurora Transformation They're the online dating industry. They have a free course. So what I want you to pay attention to here is, first of all, they have this video. This is really important because it conveys that there's a real human being behind this message. We're not going to watch the video, but it's available if you want to check it out yourself. But this is what I want you to pay attention to. Get you free step-by-step video courses for effortlessly engaging women with confidence. And that is a very specific outcome. So this headline works really well. You can clearly see the value proposition in action, and it clearly demonstrates the benefits by being very specific. And then it has a strong call to action here. It says, yes, send my video course now. So if we scroll down, you're going to see that here they're using social proof. So this is someone who has achieved good results from subscribing to this email list. So there's the social proof in the form of a testimonial. And I think this is a good example because it doesn't lay out too much information. I found that if we give people too much information, sometimes they can talk themselves out of taking action. Okay, welcome back to part 2. So in part 2, we're going to build it step by step. So what we're going to do is head back to the computer. I'm going to walk you through using Google Docs. It's really simple, it's really quick and easy to do, and I encourage you to just follow along. Start creating your very first free gift that you can give away. And before we head over, ask yourself a couple of very important questions. I want you to ask yourself, what action can you take today? I mean, right now, this very second, what can you give them? So we're not going to put this on the back burner. We're going to take action today. Follow along. Really ask yourself, don't get bogged down with the format or the length or any of that stuff. Forget about that. Just think about that quick win that you can give people right now, today. And it doesn't have to be amazing results. Often, if we can help people move the dial, move the needle just a little bit in the right direction, then they're going to be delighted with that. They don't need all this, pages and pages of content. Just give them that result really quickly. So ask yourself, what do people need before they buy your main offer? So think about the customer journey that they take, the thing that they need before they purchase. That could be the free gift that you give them. So think about the questions that people ask over and over and over again. So chances are, if you've been around in your niche for a while, you know what type of questions people have. You know the problems that they face, the struggles that they're trying to get over. And if you haven't been around your niche for a while, if you're brand new, just go to forums, Facebook groups, have a look on Twitter, search for hashtags, have a look on LinkedIn, other social media platforms. Reddit is really good. Have a look at subs that are relevant to your niche. Have a look at the top performing posts and find the common questions that people keep asking over and over and over again. That's going to tell you what they really do need help with. Let's go ahead and build it right now. Let's go to the computer. We'll go to Google Docs and we'll dive in. And by the end of it, you're going to have your first lead magnet or free gift done and dusted. Okay, so here we are in Google Docs, which is free to use. Chances are you already have access to this. Now, the problem with Google Docs is the design is quite basic. It does have a few templates available, but if you just want to get up and running really quickly and you are only concerned about delivering awesome quality content, which you should be, and I believe you will do that, then Google Docs is probably the fastest way to get it done. But if you want to spend a bit more time making it look a little bit fancier, we can go to canva.com. This is Canva. You might already be familiar with it. Again, it's another free to use tool and it has these handy templates that we can choose from. So here, under templates, you've got a whole heap of different options here. Now, it's not only for making lead magnets. We can take a deep dive into Canva sometime if you want me to. Tell me in the comments. I'll be delighted to do that for you. But if you go to the search bar and you type in report, you're going to get a page that has got lots of these templates. Now, plenty of these are free to use, but some do have a cost involved. The cost isn't massive, but just be aware of that. So you might want to start with a fairly fancy looking template. So you could click that, and then it's just going to load it up. It's going to create pages for you to edit. So you can just put in your information there, add your content. You can add more pages, and you can edit this, so you can drag stuff around. You can change all the text like that. You can make it look really professional. And then when you're done, if you go here, if you click this icon, download, and then it'll ask you what file type to download and how many pages. So make sure that you select all the pages like that, and then PDF print. Don't go with print, even though it says suggested. You want to go with PDF standard, because that's a smaller file size and your audience will be more thankful to you. So I just want to throw that in there as well as an option for you. But let's head back to Google Docs and actually start making this thing, because I said that I would walk you through it step by step, and I'm going to. So first of all, we're thinking about the things that we can do right now. So we're not going to spend ages on this. We want to make it really quick and really easy. So what I want you to do is think about the questions or a checklist that your audience might find useful to help them progress. So first of all, we need to give it a title. So up here, if we give it a name, let's call it, I'm going to call this Lead Magnet Demo. And then it will auto save, which is great. And then we need a title on the page. Now, if I was to spend a bit of time on this, I would make sure that I include something very specific at each specific end result. But I just want to make this as a demo. And then choose heading. Let's go with heading 1. That's good enough. Now, what we need to do is add an image. So here you can go to Fiverr and have a one professionally made, or what we can do is go to a website called Unsplash. There's also Pixabay. There's loads of these free image sites, and we can just type in keywords relevant to our niche. So I'm going to go email, maybe email marketing, and let's choose one of these images. Well, let's not be fussy, let's just choose the first one. I'm just going to download that. Okay, and let's go back to Google Docs, and I'm going to drag that image in, and now I can resize it. I can drag it around however I like. Let's center this text. I want to make that actually a little bit bigger, I think. So let's go 36. How's that looking? What I'm not going to do is spend a great deal of time messing around with this, because it's just a demo. So I just want to show you the process. So we have the headline here, or the title. We have the relevant image there. And now we want to add in the actual content. So let's think about the steps or the questions that you're going to ask. And what we want to do is make this almost interactive. So your audience, your subscribers can print it off if they want to. They can check things. So here, let's go up here. Where is it? Here we have these kind of bullet point thingies, these lists, numbered lists. Then we have the bullet points there. If we click this, it's going to give us a few options here. If we click on this one, you see the squares. So if we click that, here, that is in effect a checkbox that your audience can just check off. And okay, that's a bit small. So let's increase the font size. So let's make it 30. So there it's really nice and visible. They can just use this as a checklist. Checklist item 1, then checklist item 2, checklist item 3. You get the idea. So here we want to add a little bit of copy. Let's make it the same font size as below. So we can say something like, if you want to, so you can, we just fill in the blanks here. Then you need to complete the following steps. Okay, and simple as so, that's done. Now next we need to add a footer. So if we go to insert, headers and footers, choose footer, there we go. Now what we can do is change the footer format if we want to. I'm just going to keep it really basic. I'm not going to add page numbers because there's only a couple of pages in this document. So here I'm going to add my website address, and then that is going to be branded on every page in your document. So you can change this to whatever it is you want to add. I'm just going to add my website address for demo purposes. It's a good idea to maybe add your name and your website address. You can also add another call to action. You can do anything you want with the footer, but I believe you need that because it makes it look more professional and it's going to get you more exposure. Because listen, people are going to share your lead magnet, they're going to pass it around, and you want to take advantage of that. So be aware that people who consume this lead magnet might not necessarily be on your email list, so cater to those people too. Now when your lead magnet is done and you're happy with it, all you have to do is go to File, and then we go to Download. Let me find it. There we are. Download as PDF document. I'm just going to click that, and now it's going to download. There it goes. And now the next step is to upload it on our website. And then we take that link and we add that link to the email that we send out, the very first welcome email that we send out. So let's go to WordPress. This works in any CMS. So here we are in one of my websites. Let's go to media. And if we add new under media, it's going to allow us to upload that file. So I'm just going to drag this lead magnet from there. I'm going to upload it there, and there it goes. And now that you can see it's been uploaded, if we click edit, it's going to allow us to grab that URL, and there we are. And then you add that to the very first welcome email that you send. So now they can just go ahead and download that, or you can embed this as a link on a thank you page. It's really up to you how you want to do that. Now that was really quick and easy, painless, and you should have your first lead magnet done. Well, it's taken us, maybe 10 minutes from start to finish with me talking to you as well. But how do you make a landing page? Again, that's really simple. We don't need funnel builders. We don't need any fancy software. If you're using WordPress or any CMS, you're fine. You can even use basic HTML pages. But the point is, we go to Pages and we click Add New. And this is really where we send our visitors. What you're going to have here is, okay, it's going to be a basic page. It's not going to look fancy, and that's fine. You don't really need it to look fancy, but you do need to have strong copy. It's all about the copy. Let me show you an example in a second of what I mean by that. But here, add your copy here, so your title. So I'm just going to call this landing page just for demo purposes. And here, what we do is click this icon, add, where's HTML? Let me find it. Custom HTML. Click on that, And now we can paste in the code that we get from our autoresponder. So as you create a form in your autoresponder, it's going to give you a little piece of code to paste in. It's usually JavaScript. You just paste it in there and then click publish or save draft. And the point is you have good copy. And as long as you have good copy, it's going to convert. Don't worry about making it look fancy or any of that stuff. It doesn't really matter. Let me show you something. This is one of my friend's web pages. This is Mike Herbert's. He teaches guitar tutorials. And this is the front page of his website. If we click on sign up now, it's going to take us to a very basic page, but it converts. And that's the point. So here, you don't need to invest in ClickFunnels or Kartra or anything else, as long as the copy works. And here, he is using superb copy to get those conversions. So if you do the same, you're going to have good results too. So, don't allow the lack of funnel builders or fancy software to prevent you from taking action. And then remember, we took that link from the upload in WordPress. We take that URL and now we link that from the welcome email we sent. So remember, we're going to go with double opt-in emails. Someone enters the email address, they receive a confirmation email. They have to click that link to where they can download. But when you're creating your landing page, as good as that is, bear in mind that it is not the only type of opt-in form to have. So it is absolutely probably the most important one to have. But we have multiple types of opt-in forms to use. So we can put one in the sidebar. If you have a blog, you can put an opt-in form offering your lead magnet in the sidebar. You can also put it in the actual content of the article as a content upgrade. They work really well. You can have light boxes, so as soon as someone lands on your page, they have that drop down thing where it takes over the whole page. And listen, obnoxious opt-in forms work best. And don't worry about annoying people, because you really want to qualify people. Allow your message to really just appeal to the people who want to take action. That's your audience, right? If they're not motivated enough to take action and help themselves, then they're not your customer. So don't worry about being obnoxious towards people or annoying them with these opt-in forms, because the people who will buy from you or buy based on your recommendations, they're going to be delighted that you've given them this free gift to help them out. So that's your audience, and no one else really matters, right? You can also have exit intent pop-ups. So that means when someone goes to click the exit button or move away from the browser window, again, we have another light box or a pop-up, and it says, hey, before you leave, don't forget to grab your free gift. They're very, very effective. We've also got scroll triggers. So maybe if they scroll 30%, 50% of the way down the page, then we have a slide-in opt-in form, or shoots up from the bottom, and then it asks them to take action and opt in that way. So now that we have all that done, we need to get traffic. We need to get people actually subscribing to your email list. So this is part 3, and we're going to look at 2 ways to get traffic, the big 2 methods that anyone can use to get traffic. So we've got free versus paid, but important. Really pay attention to this, because I don't want you to pay for traffic until you know your offer converts. So only think about running ads on offers and landing pages that you know are proven to work. Because if you don't, you risk wasting money, right? And I don't want you to do that. I want you to be successful. That's why I'm giving you all this free information. It's to help you be successful. So don't waste your money on ads until you know that you are going to see a good return on that investment. And we use free traffic to test things out. So when we know it's converting, okay, then turn on the tap and start paying for ads that will eventually just pay for themselves. So let's get down into paid traffic before we look at free. So I want you to have a good understanding of the types of paid traffic to use. First of all, we've got adverts. AdWords, Facebook ads, you've seen these everywhere you go. We can pay for those. They can be quite expensive at times. And I would say if you're going to run ads, you need a minimum of maybe $600-700 a month to do the testing. To make sure that you're getting enough traffic. And I know that's expensive. And that's why you don't want to run ads until you know things convert. We've also got sponsored posts where you're paying other bloggers or vloggers or podcast hosts to promote your stuff. You can write articles, hand that over, have that published on someone else's website. We've got solo ads, so you pay someone who owns an email list to promote your email list in theirs. That's very effective. And when it comes to running solo ads, you do have to be very careful because a lot of these guys now have huge email lists, but they're burnt out. They're dominated or filled with people who have just been exposed to too many ads. So those email lists tend to be a bit unresponsive. So choose wisely. We can also run giveaways here, so we can have competitions. And you want to make sure that the offer you give away, the prize, is very specific and really relevant to your target audience. So don't think about offering generic things or very popular things that will appeal to everyone. You don't want to do that. You want to get targeted traffic. Only appeal to the people who you will ultimately do business with or sell stuff to or promote offers to. Okay, let's move on to free traffic. Okay, so with free traffic, you're largely limited. There is another option, which I'm going to talk about at the end, so stick around for that. But for now, the options that you've got really are to ask your existing network. So you reach out to people that you already know in your niche, on forums, in groups, and you want to encourage them to either join your email list or to share information about your email list. So ask them to go out and almost do promotion for you. Secondly, link to your landing page everywhere you can. If you want to go deep on making landing pages, tell me in the comments. I'll create a tutorial walking you through how to do that. But you need to link to that landing page every chance you get. If you're on forums, then put it in your signature. If you're sending out lots of emails to contacts and reaching out to people, put a link at the footer of your email for that. You want to make sure that all roads lead to your landing page. Next, create content. There's really no way around this. So if you want to be successful on the internet, you need to create content. And creating content is actually a very enjoyable process. It's a very rewarding process. It's going to get you the biggest long-term results. So content marketing is absolutely the most powerful marketing strategy on the planet, bar none. Nothing beats content marketing for the long-term growth and sustainability of your business. Even if you're investing in ads, at the same time, create content, because eventually all that content will compound and it will bring in targeted traffic to you round the clock for free forever. It's kind of a no-brainer, right? And then that will help position you as an authority and powerful figure in your industry. Another tactic is to partner up with others. So if someone in your niche is on a similar level to you, you can team up, work together, share audiences, that kind of thing. Or you can promote other people in your content and then tell them about it. This is really powerful too. Now, obviously, you don't want to go promoting the biggest gurus or biggest names in your industry and expect them to promote you. That just won't happen. But if you go for smaller, like small to mid-level people in your industry, promote them and link to their stuff from yours, then tag them, they're going to return the favor at some point, right? So that's a good strategy. Another tactic is to reach out to people in Facebook groups. So instead of barging into these Facebook groups and spamming links everywhere, that's just going to get you banned. Instead, as you're helping people in these groups and creating insightful posts and just being a really good member of the community, as you're getting likes and responses and feedback, you might want to reach out to those people. Say, hey, I noticed you liked my post. Thank you for that. I've also got this, which I think you might be interested in. And then you link out to your landing page. Now, if you approach, say, 10 people a day with that kind of laid back approach and say, hey, I just want to give you this free thing because I think it's going to help you out. 10 a day, you're going to grow your email list pretty fast. So if you get 10 a day, after 10 days, that's 100 people, right? 300 a month. You're going to increase the number of subscribers pretty fast with that method. Also, you have to be consistent. So this is not a case of where you try it for a month and then you move on to something else. It takes time, okay? And to help you be consistent, set targets. Have goals for yourself. Make sure that you are absolutely focused on getting those 10 subscribers a day. And listen, if you get 7 a day, that's 70% of the way there. Okay, it's not 100%. It's rare that you get 100% in anything, right? But even if you get 70%, fantastic, you're doing really well. But if you want the ultimate way to drive traffic to your website, I'm going to give you the methods that I never share on YouTube or anywhere else. I'm going to give them to you for free when you go to profitcopilot.com/traffic. Grab that, it is completely free. And if you found this useful, give it a thumbs up below, subscribe to the channel too, and hit that little notification bell so you never miss an update from me. And I will hopefully see you again in a couple of days' time. Take care.